I honestly understand what Denzel Washington meant when he said he saw it and he walked right back out. And he's like, I never went to another P. Diddy party again. And I feel his pain. And people always say like, man, you could be a multi-millionaire by now. I say, yeah, my butthole could be blown out right now. And you know, just being real.
Cause it ain't selling his soul.
No.
Cause it's see we making moves, we just might go and make the news. Brand new episode every week, yeah, we dropping heat. Got a 7 with the juicy questions, this unfiltered tea. When you sit up on this couch, you feel just like some family. There go Boo behind the scenes, he's securing everything.
What's up, Cuzns? Today I have a very special guest in the building, y'all. I met him at a Tubi networking event. Dope individual, y'all. He's an actor. He's a podcast host. He got a lot going on in the community, y'all. So I had to bring him over. ManDrizzle done pulled up on your favorite cousin, ManDrizzle. You
already know. Hey, that's how Cuzn really pull up. What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Your host with the most, ManDrizzle. Like she said, I'm in a little bit of everything, and that's why I just kind of just reformed my name to Networking Wildcard, because everything that I'm really working in and doing is really about networking and us in the Charlotte community and outside connecting together and making it jump off and work.
What about ManDrizzle? How you got that name?
Off the gate, she don't ask. I thought we'd make it 10, 20 minutes. So, about 2022, I was in the studio. I had just did my first song, DJ Chaz Did It. And I got in the studio with some YNs. And so, you know, they wasn't knowing what to expect. So I came in, fresh track, I just freestyled. And when I got done, like I noticed while I was looking at them in the booth, their faces was like. So when we got done, they were like, you know, my real name's ManDrizzle. And they were like, we was not expecting what came out to come out. So you got that drip.
Pulled up and turned up on the YNs.
And they were like, we're gonna change your name from ManDrizzle. You got that drip. Your name is ManDrizzle. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just being real, me being who I am, first thing popped in my head was Pornhub. No, I'm not sticking with this. No. But it grew on me, and it just, you know, everywhere I went, I found that it was a icebreaker, a conversation opener. So I just stuck with it, and here we are today, ManDrizzle.
Definitely stand out.
I appreciate it.
Are you originally from Charlotte?
Oh yeah, Queen City native.
What part you repping?
Charlotte.
What part you grew up in?
Charlotte. To be honest, I got family. My grandparents on my dad's side lived right behind West Charlotte. You know, Englehart, Southwest, LaSalle, Beatties Ford. My grandparents, rest in peace, on my mama's side, off of West Boulevard. But moved around, you know, like when he got into corporate, then from that, bail bonding. So I've lived literally all over Charlotte. So now when people ask me, they be like, what side? I'd be like, Charlotte.
How many high schools you went to?
The main one I really only went to when we moved back from Atlanta, West Charlotte.
West Charlotte? Oh, okay.
So I left like 6th grade Eastway Middle School and then came back like second semester West Charlotte.
Where y'all was staying at during that time, high school?
He got a promotion. He was in telecommunication. One of the only black men I know that was in on the really making of the 80s and 90s telecommunications. And so we moved to Atlanta, Marietta, Georgia, Cobb County.
I'm talking about when y'all was here, what neighborhood y'all was in?
At that time, it was a condos off of Farm Pond Lane, off Albemarle Road.
Oh.
I think there were Four Seasons. I think that was the name of them then. Four Seasons, yeah. Four Seasons condos.
Okay, then y'all moved to Atlanta. What was that like, being a kid in Atlanta? What was it like?
It was crazy because I got family in Atlanta. I got family in Decatur, where it's greater, and Stone Mountain. So we were always all together, all over those portions of Georgia. But you know, I would go down on the weekends and I would be in Atlanta. So everything you see on like the movie ATL and everything, not Skate Palace, Cascades, all that stuff really went down.
You went to the Freaknik?
Yeah, but what people don't know is Atlanta is Freaknik literally every weekend if you live there. It's every weekend. That's not something that just happens once a year with them. It's all year in Atlanta. You
can spend a lot of money in Atlanta. You got to stay at a house if you don't want to spend nothing.
Yeah, you better, cause that money is out there and they chasing, and they ain't playing no games. Like Magic City. It's Magic Cities everywhere. They just pop up in the we had house parties.
You ever been to Magic City?
Oh yeah.
What
right
was your type
downtown
in Magic City? You like the slim ones? You like the thick? Cause they say every man got a type when it comes to the dancers. What was yours?
It depends, to be honest.
How you was feeling that?
How I was feeling that day. How much I had to drink. How was my mood? You know, but I like some thick. I ain't gonna lie. BBW. I love them. I love BBW before it became a trend to like BBW.
Yeah.
And chocolate. You know, like one of my songs back in the day was always Del the Funky Homo Sapien and Ice Cube, which is his cousin. And they had a battle on a song like light-skinned girls ain't better than dark-skinned girls is better than light-skinned. But I just always liked thick chocolate.
Okay.
But I have I'm like Ray Shrummer, you know, I ain't got no type. I like a good woman.
I ain't got no type.
Yeah, bad bitches is the only thing that I like. But, you know, it's about, for me now, at the age I'm at now, just turned 51, 10/10, October 10th. Libra gang.
Big Libra.
Big Libra. It's, you gotta have something going for yourself. That's the difference now. You could be whatever size, but if you ain't got nothing on your mind, if we can't have intellectual conversations, if I'm investing in you, but you ain't investing in me, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, then we ain't gonna make it anyway. Because I'm on some other shit now. Back then, it was just, you're still getting to know life. You partying and you just enjoying. But now it's like, if I'm gonna deal with you, whether you're gonna be my wife or not, then we gotta be able to align. You know, you got something going on. Okay, what's happening with your LLC? What you got? What event you got going on? Let me help you. Or mine, like something that I always have issues with when I'm going to do stage play or show, whatever. I need somebody to be able to say, well, baby, I got you. You need to get your body butters and your incense and stuff vended, or you got your shirts and whatnot. I got you. And let's break down, let's bust down, make money together. That's where I'm at with it today, and that's what's hard to find today. Like, it just...
Why you think times changed and it made it harder?
I think social media and the way it went, and I call it fake, but reality TV, I think it had a real impression, and the way New Jim Crow has affected our people as a whole. When I say our people, you know, the hood, the background, ethnic backgrounds. It has really brain warped and destroyed, as a whole, our outlook on life. And so you meet a dude and you like, you know what I'm saying, I know you're married, but I'm saying, for instance, you meet a dude and he seemed like he real good at the club and everything jumping, he buying drinks, and then you get to know him after y'all done had that one night stand or whatever, and find out he ain't taking care of his parents' house, he live with his parents. You come to find out he don't have a car, he's driving his sister's car whenever she allows him to.
You done had a one night stand. You had to wait a little longer and find out.
Right, didn't get to plan B, now you got problems. And vice versa. You know, you go out to meet a chick and 2 minutes into the conversation, well, you want my cash out? What is your name?
It's like that in Charlotte too, Cuzn?
It's like that everywhere now.
What?
Yeah. Because you know we got hundreds and hundreds of people moving here every day from all over, different countries, different cities, different states. So I don't even really call it Charlotte no more. I call it Queen City because I feel like Charlotte is gone. The Charlotte that we knew it's never coming back. That country, you go somewhere now where you see woods, 2 weeks from now, it's gonna be buildings and apartments and everything built up. And then like the structure is changing. Like the people we got in our city government, the people on the board is not predominantly Charlotte. They're predominantly from other places. So their mindset and what they want for business is what's being installed into Charlotte now.
Charlotte done grew up.
Yeah, and it's not even Charlotte. It's what everybody else wants it to be. So that's how I look at it now and just perceive it. And you just got to say, let's move forward. Just be mindful of who you're meeting, who you're keeping in your circle. Keep them squares out your circle, and just keep it moving. You know.
Do you still use GPS to get around Charlotte, even though you're from here?
Yes, because there's new areas that I'd be like, I don't know the name of these streets. Like when they build something new, I was leaving and I was over off of West Boulevard, make a long story short. And there's this new subdivision where I was going to meet a client. And so I shot out, I was on the highway, I hit the GPS, it tells me, man, it's right down the street from where you was on West Boulevard, but it's a new street. So I got to use the GPS when it comes to new areas.
Yeah.
But like knowing Charlotte, now I know it like the back of my hand. Like
I've been here for 10 years. I still gotta goddamn use the GPS. I know like the little main roads and stuff, but Charlotte is like the biggest country city I done seen.
It is really like, it's really like little Atlanta now, because Atlanta's like 3 times the size. But they have compacted so much stuff into Charlotte. It's just like, wow. And when you hear something, you be like, that's over there. And then you gotta really look it up, like you said, on GPS, because it'll be 2 businesses with the same name on 2 different sides of town. And like literally 2 different LLCs or whatnot, not the same business. But you gotta look it up and see.
Do you think it's like Atlanta as far as like black people thriving and entrepreneurship here, like Atlanta?
That's funny you said that, because I actually was just talking with, who was that I was talking with? At the Tubi meet and greet with Ty Durden. And we had a meeting, we had a podcast on our podcast the next week. And we were talking about how we really got to push and work together. And that's the main thing. We got to work together. Everybody that's in this city, no matter what you're doing, poetry, singing, rapping, acting, podcasting, artistry, whatever you're doing, dancing, we got to come together and work together. And I feel like with that meet and greet, everybody show us love. I mean, you talking about the producers of the Dirty D from Detroit, they were here. A-Town was here. T Miles, people that's really doing it big on the Tubi, they were here and they were showing us love. In fact, I got to go next week to a audition with T Miles in Atlanta. So we got to do the same thing for our people here. Like you'll always see on my podcast, you'll always see on my pages, if I find something out, I'm putting it out there for you to know. Go get it, go do it. Like before we started, I was talking about the ASCAP. When I found out that it was free, and because I was getting ready to pay for BMI publishing. And when I found out the ASCAP was free, I learned that from another dude that he does music. He's from Virginia, Jack the General. Jack, he sent it to me. And when I saw that and it broke down that you can catalog all the shows you've done for this year and send it in. And so it doesn't matter if you got fans coming and paying you and you make $1 million or you make $1 at the show. You still gonna get paid. You still gonna get paid. It takes like 2 or 3 months.
They even got like family reunions on there, church events, family functions. They got all kind of options on there.
And that's what I'm saying. We got to connect and help each other when we get information. If I get information and it was free, I can't come on and say, all right, Goddess, this is what I got for you. Yada, 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 yada. Pay me $150. Why would I give you the information? People don't understand if you bless others, the blessing's going to come back double, especially when you need it and what you're trying to do. That's something that's never changed before we were born and now.
Yeah.
Look out for the cookout.
And like you said, that's definitely something I see in Atlanta because they put each other on. Atlanta artists blow, they're going to have all the other Atlanta artists. I went to Atlanta. Every song they damn near played was an Atlanta song to the point I was like, damn, do they play anything else?
Well, I went there earlier this year, Dreamville. It was the core DJs, but they came to Raleigh too. But the Atlanta DJs, they were playing they people, and they people were there, and they were performing. And the people in Raleigh, they were performing. And that's one thing I give a shout out to Tap In, One Civilian.
Yeah.
She actually does it where she comes to shows, all her people, they performing. All her people, they getting airplay. All the people that they're getting look-ins on social media. And that's what everybody has to do as a whole. When you got something, turn me on. When I got something, turn BJ on.
Yeah.
When he got something, turn your peoples on. We got to continue to connect and help one another. And that's how Charlotte's gonna blow.
So do you see that happening soon in the near future?
Yeah, because we are really, it's been a lot of different communities in entertainment talking about this. So it's really coming together now. And all I can tell people is, hey, you better have your product ready, have your game tight, and be ready, because when it comes, it's coming. If you ain't ready, just gonna go on to the next person. And you're gonna be sitting there like, oh, the other thing, keep your word. There's so many people that say, well, I'm coming, I'm gonna do a show, or I'm coming and I wanna be a part of this. And either you don't show up or you show up and you basically just like a lump on a log. Charlotte is big, but the working community, Charlotte is small. All the directors, all the producers talk. So what you don't want is your name to come up and they say, oh no, not that mother, that's a lazy.
All the podcasters
not that
talk
motherfucker.
too.
Yes, we talk.
We got each other numbers and shit. We talk.
We got it. We got the social medias. We got the personal contacts. Yeah, act up if you want to. We talk.
With you growing up in Charlotte, the Cuzns coming to look for some food. Where they going? The best mom and pop place you could think of in Charlotte. Not no commercial, like a Charlotte place.
Oh man, the places that I really were going to are closed.
What was they?
Shoot, Zach's, Mr. C's, Chicken Coop, but it's some new ones that's in place coming around now, like Mr. Charles. He go hard. I like Mr. Charles, and then he has a lot of paid events. When you come out there and you know you got the open mic nights, he got paid open mic nights.
Like
so,
he pay you to go to?
Yeah, he'll pay you win. It's a prize. So yeah, Mr. Charles. I think Mr. Charles just bought. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, but my spot on West Boulevard was Nick's, but he just sold it, and I think Mr. Charles bought it. But don't hold me on that. Somebody bought it. I think it was Mr. Charles though. There's a strip mall right behind there, Ronaldo's. It's a Jamaican restaurant. I go to Merch downtown. Merch still got my attention.
What you get from Merch?
Shoot, man, I definitely gonna get the mac and cheese. Usually the fish and grits and all that pimps. Midnight Diner got some good shrimp and grits.
They do.
Woo, you talking about fire? I started
after the club, that place be packed.
And that's the hardest thing, getting in there, because you go there at night after the club, you might get in an hour or two. That line be all the way down Trade Street trying to get in there.
That shit good. What about a date night? But the date night, they want to come do something fun. They ain't trying to go out. They want to come to Charlotte, do something fun, little cute date night. What you recommending?
You shooting questions at me. You know what? I've been so busy in the biz, I really ain't.
You better think about it, cousin, because you got to get you somebody soon now.
Yeah, I guess I am about to get somebody soon. But, you know, you got places like Queen Social. You know, they got like the bowling alley, they got the game rooms, they got food, they got bar. I really, honestly, like if I wanted to do a date night, I'm always somewhere doing a show. So most of the times I just be like, you know what, we're gonna do a date night, let's do a plus one. And like I'm always with Portia the Poet, them, Lyrical Healing the Brand. I'm always doing stage plays
y'all
with them.
going to Atlanta, y'all
yeah, we're going to
something?
A-Town next weekend. So Friday I'm gonna go to the audition with T Miles. Saturday we got Baby Boy stage play at Apache XLR, downtown Atlanta.
Okay.
So I'll just, you know, be like, come to the show, enjoy yourself, because we're going to have drinks, we're going to have vendors, we're going to have food, and it's a date night out.
Okay.
So I guess really, you know, just digging into my personal life for a second, I really ain't been focused on the date life.
You been too busy acting that.
Well, yeah, I'm really trying to get this off the ground and going, and it takes a special kind of person to be able to lock in with you. You got to find somebody that's like-minded and somebody who is actually moving like you moving, or somebody that's going to understand what you're doing and back you on it. And that's just not where my mind and heart is at right now. It's on business. You know, there was a point where I was like, oh, I want somebody to love, ain't nobody thinking about me. Oh, they don't like the OG. But then I said, you know what? You got all this time and energy. Put it into something that's gonna do for you. You out here going out, you're spending on all these brands, you're making them rich, and it was roughly 2021. That's when I said, 2022. That's when I said, I don't want to pay to party no more. I want to get paid to party. And that's where I'm at now. Everything I do now, I get paid to party. I want to go to a show, I'm already in one. Want to do some music, they just call me to come out there and video and podcast.
This song I done did.
Yeah, exactly, right. Okay. Ain't nobody calling, we supposed to got up, ain't nobody calling. Well, you know what, I'm at home, I'm right in front of the computer, let me go ahead and pull up this Logic, let me pull up this Pro Tools, I'm gonna go ahead and do this song, let me go ahead, send it into the catalog for ASCAP. I made some money, freak it.
Okay. Growing up in your household, because you told us you was all over Charlotte, you even moved to Atlanta, but take us to your household. What was it like growing up for you? Did you got siblings? Did you grow up in church? Like, what was that life like?
Oh, yeah. I got 4 siblings, all sisters. Growing up, most of the time, my dad was always getting promotions, which that's why I can't say, when you say, you talking about the 80s and 90s and blacks in corporate world, and my dad was slaughtering them. And that's where I got a lot of my inspiration from. You can do anything you want to do. So I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. And the way that, God bless y'all souls, but the way the kids are, you know, raised up today versus how we came up is 2 different worlds.
They done jumped the lady in Chicago. You seen that?
Yeah, I heard about it. I ain't looked at it yet.
Yeah, these kids different.
I'm telling you. Because the discipline we had back then, they didn't play. Like, it was, okay, go to school, come home, you get your ass out them good clothes, you get in your play clothes, we gonna get on the game. No, you're not finna get on the game, it is daytime, outside. Don't wanna see you till the street lights come on. You better be in the yard when the street lights come on. You know, and then every now and then you decide you wanna test them. You know, yeah, I'm trying. The punishments we got back then and the discipline that we got back then, y'all need it today. Y'all, cause y'all little wild niggas today, oh my God, y'all
what
need it.
Was your most memorable punishment or discipline experience?
So, me and my dude back then, Wesley Paul, I don't know where you at, man. Shout outs to you. I hope you're doing well. We were on the street and we were playing and we were shooting rocks. But we was on the street. Instead of being in a lake somewhere, we're trying to make a skip. We're trying to make a skip on the street. So, messed around and the rock skipped and busted out his aunt's window of her Pontiac. So, I took off. He got in trouble, because it was his aunt's car. He threw it off on me. So, I came back home to my grandparents. Man,
You was the one that skipped it?
Yeah, I took off because I was like, my first thought was, well, I didn't do it. No, he skipped it. So I was like, I didn't do it. Mine skipped and went under the car. So I was like, I'm not staying around because I already know what's coming. So I took off. So I've been in the hole, you know, what was it, University Gardens back then. So I'm way down in the hole playing and whatnot, and I came back and my granddad was waiting on me when I got inside. When I got in, he's got a door, like you got the patio, and then you come in and go into the house inside the patio, which is the door. The door was locked. He locked the door of the patio. So we inside the patio, and he just chasing me around the patio, whooping, wham,
They already done called and told him.
Yeah, thank God I had on a big triple fat goose. So I really didn't feel none of that. So I just laid down, and he was whooping till he got tired. And when he got done, he sat down, I was like, okay, it's over, good. So when I went outside, my homeboy was out there, and he cried. Auntie them, because we all like family. You know, back in the day, on the street, everybody was family. So you might have got 2 or 3 whoopings before you even got home. And they would already know before you got home when you messed up. So we coming up, and I'm coming outside, he out there crying and snotting, and then we got in a fight, because I'm like, man, you done told on me and got me in trouble for what you did, yeah. Then, later on, Dad come pick me up. Of course, you already know. He play it off smooth. You know what I'm saying? Just gangster smooth. Ain't talking nothing about it.
You got another whooping?
Yeah, I got another whooping. So, because he's thinking, you know, what he told my granddad, it was me. So I done got out the bath. I'm wet. Boom, don't kick open. Whooping when you wet is the worst whooping, and I will never forget it. But I bet you I didn't throw no more rocks no more on the street.
That was your last day?
That was my last time
Was
doing
you
that.
still his friend after that?
I mean, we made it up afterwards, but I was just like, bruh, you know, we associated, but I really didn't run with him like that no more, because I always been the type of dude that if you don't keep it 100 with me, I'm really not trying to mess with you, because like they say today, you showed a flaw. And so, you know, I wouldn't have no problem with it if you was yeah, we both were throwing rocks. Okay, all right, I take a whooping for that. But you said I bust the window. So I got in trouble for what you did. And even as a kid, bruh, that's just fugazi. You don't do that. So I just kind of never forgot that. But at the same time, like the next day, you know, me and my pops, he sat down, he explained to me, you know, boy, I'm just trying to keep you out of trouble. You running with these knuckleheads in the hood.
That ain't your friend.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So he's like, you wouldn't have got in trouble if you hadn't been out there playing with them knuckleheads who got you in trouble.
Did you have any actors that inspired you as a kid? Like any actors that made you say, I want to get into acting?
Are you hitting on all cylinders? You making my brain work today. I can just What she ain't playing today, bro? My brain like. I like the classics. I'm not gonna lie. There's so many to choose from. Billy D. You know, when I was young, he showed you that you can be in the black movies and you can be in mainstream. When I first saw him play in Star Wars, you know, for us, that was the first time we really seen a black, like, mainstream, like, doing it. It was like, wow, you in Star Wars. And of course, he was the only one, but it was like, wow, you know, so we can do this. Not taken from, you know, back in the day, he really was getting it. So Bill Cosby, you know, sidetracking everything that's going on today. Back then, you know, you forget he was a nigga from the hood, from the projects in Philly, because he built his character for you to forget. Remember, he's black, because he remind you in a heartbeat. But look at him for his character. Look at him for his business and what he does.
Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah. And before that, he was in movies. I think it was like, was it Dragnet? He was in all kind of different movies where he played opposite of, you know, mostly predominantly white industry back then. People like Glover. You know, Glover was the truth. He was in Lethal Weapon, you know, played with Mel Gibson. Well, he played a lot of different roles. Color Purple. He showed you how to be that hated person. But he also was in Lethal Weapon showing you how to be that dude. Then he was in comedies. So there were people like that back then that really, you know, that stuck out to me that I really liked. I can't name everybody. Speaking of the Huxtables, you know, you can't leave out Claire Huxtable. I believe that was every dude's childhood crush back then. Dr. Claire Huxtable with her fine ass, Felicia Rashad. Yes.
And the kids like Rudy.
And the kid, everybody wanted to be Rudy and Bud. Bud. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah.
He showed you that you ain't got to be a thug. You can actually be on mainstream and be happy and have a life about yourself and still be respected. You don't have to thug out on people for them to respect you, and you get that street credibility even though you're not out there in the streets. Like, I ain't in the streets no more. But I got family people that, who him? No, I'm still like me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you wanna be able to reach outside the streets. Because then when you want to bring your people in from the streets, you got credibility and you got business that's legal that you can try to bring them into and get them out of the streets.
Okay. So when was it that you said, you know what, I want to go ahead and be an actor, and what made you determine that?
Honestly, it was a fluke. I really didn't plan to be an actor. My whole focus was not even being a singer or a rapper. I wanted to produce. You want
to produce music?
Yeah, my first track I produced, my first mix, I was middle school, Marietta, Georgia. And my first track I ever did was Ice Cube versus NWA. And it was, I did a crazy mix on Nigga You Love to Hate. And I mixed it in, and it was just like, from that point on, I said, this is what I want to do. And it was the greats back then, you know, Dr. Dre.
You like Eazy-E?
Yeah, I like Eazy, yeah. And then, you know, learning back then from that album, you know, I really liked Ice Cube, because you kind of find out Ice Cube did, because Eazy-E said, Ice Cube writes rhymes that I say. And I said, that's where I want to be. They making the money. I don't mind being front stream. I do it because I ain't got no problem with it. I said, but I want the background, because they the ones making the connections. They the ones making the moves. They the one, Eric B. Rakim, Eric B. You know, BDP, DJ Scott LaRock. Run DMC, Jam Master Jay. You know what I'm saying? Salt and Pepper, the original, and then the replacement, DJ Spinderella. So, you know, this is where I was at with it. I was like, these are the ones doing it. You know, all the producers that came out from the Suave House, Midwest, when they started coming out, that's where I was like, they really doing it. You know, you had people like Paul Wall, he is writing and making his tracks. You know, Slim Thugger, making his tracks, making his music, yeah. Them too.
Who is Slim Thugger?
You got Slim Thug, and then you got Slim Thugger from Texas. I can't name all the stuff he's made. Poison. He's on Still Tipping on Popos.
This girl is Poison.
Yeah, not BBD. He sampled it and made his own version, Poison.
Okay.
So he was like, yeah, I can't leave her alone. And then it just goes in, it's driving me out of my, Poison. It's driving me out of my. So he got to try. Y'all check that out too. It go hard. But of course he doubled the bass on it. So because that's that screw, chop the screw. So he gonna double the bass.
So how did you get into movies? What made you switch over to the actor side from the music?
2007, I was working on some music here, and I met a group, Talent Link. I don't think they exist anymore.
Okay.
And they were like, you got your charisma. It really kicks. We would like to have you come in and be an extra. And so, you know, I didn't know nothing about, you know, the movies and the business side and none of that back then, but they were like, yeah, we'll pay you $1,000 to be an extra. Oh, okay. That's how it happened. And it happened to be a movie, having our say, funny, we were talking about the Cosbys. Camille Cosby produced the movie. And I got put in as an extra through Talent Link. And I had a scene where they turned Pestrol Grill downtown into a scene from Brooklyn. And what it was is about 3 elder ladies, and one of them lived to be 107. And that was where my acting gig started. So I did that with them, and then they put me in some Budweiser commercials that year too. And I got away from it, you know.
What you was doing in the commercials? Drinking a bill?
No, we were actually we was at the race car speedway. I drove some behind the scenes, but yeah, they didn't have us on there drinking the Budweiser. I don't know why. You would have thought they would have,
Right.
but they didn't.
Even if the can empty, act like you drinking it. Your first audition, what was that experience like for you?
For acting? Mm-hmm. Then or now?
Then, when you first started. When you first went to your first audition, it's like, okay, this shit real, now I'm about to go audition.
Yeah, it was mind-boggling because I was 20, 18, 19, somewhere in there, so they had to, introduce me to contracts and how it goes and explain. Luckily, I had some good people around me. Mm-hmm. And they explained the contract, what you signing, and like they actually went through it and explained every area. And so I signed the contract, and I said, oh, we didn't even cheers. Salutations, Cuzn T's, yeah. And so they walked me through the contracts, and then after that, that's when they showed you, this is where the scene's gonna be, this is where you're gonna be. You had a section over there. I got to meet Camille, Cosby, which was like, for me, it was almost starstruck. I've never really been like, oh my God, I just see human beings as human beings. So then they showed you, the break area. Mm-hmm. And so it was the first time I was out where they had like the huge display catering and drinks, and like they literally had maybe 5 tables of food.
What about when you had to go in front of them and read your script? What was that like for you?
Well, my first role, I actually didn't have any words. So they walked me through what I was gonna be doing, which my first scene, I was eating a burger. And they had me dressed up like New York back then, so I had the Scully on, I had a big leather jacket on, I had a big sweater on, big pants. Back then it was baggy. And I had on Tim's. Mm-hmm. And so I was eating a burger, which was funny because, speaking of learning, we took that shot about 4 times. By the time we did the real set,
eating a burger?
I was full. So by the time we got to the real set, I was faking eating a burger. So I was turning from the camera like, and making it look like I was actually eating, but did that scene. Then it would flash to the 3 elderly ladies, and then the camera would be in front of them, so it would show me walking behind them, going to the cash register, and I was flirting with a Latino waitress, the cashier, and then I just walked out the door. So that was my actual first acting scene.
What about the first time you auditioned where you had to say words and remember a script? Was that experience easy for you, or?
Yeah, because it was a natural. If it's something I really want to do, I'm going to study. Because I'm a perfectionist. I want it to go smooth, not just for them, but for me as well.
How much you study?
I read that thing till I memorized it. And then once I memorized it, then I could go on set and be like, okay, how I want to perform, how I want to do it. Because I wasn't thinking about trying to remember the words. They were coming to me just like lyrics on a song that I sing all the time. So the first one actually was Intrigue with Renaissance Jones, which was 2023. And I had to remember the words, so I learned them. Then when I went on set, they were amazed because it was Minnetonka Brower who turned me on to him. Like I was saying, I went on Facebook acting groups, and that's how I found him, listening to Minnetonka. And so they called me for it. They looked at, I sent them the paperwork because they, in the email, always have your resume ready and, headshots.
So that was your first Tubi movie?
Yeah, that was my first Tubi movie.
Okay.
And I got in there and they liked it so much. I actually was an extra at first, but they liked my charisma, and then I was on set like, well, what do you need help with? Helping with the set. Turned around and ended up getting a speaking part. So I went from that to becoming the prison boss in this scene. And so I memorized the words, so I was able to just go on and, dot. I paid off a dirty cop so that we could jump a dude who had just came in because we got paid to jump the dude. And so he's coming in, I was like, oh, so you like to beat up on women and little boys out there. He's like, I don't know. And so now I was like, change the world. And we just boom, 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 beat them up. You know, say, get them. So, you know, I could think about what I was saying because I didn't have to remember because it was already memorized. Then I squat down and I was looking at him after he got beat up and I'm like, yeah. And I could think about the emotion because I wanted it to be like, yeah, bro, welcome to the county jail. You know what I'm saying? Queen City. So I'm like, welcome. This how it's gonna be the whole time you in here, bro. Get used to it. And then ironically, Minnetonka Brown was in the scene too. He the one that shanked him, so I tell him, hit him, don't kill him.
Do you be at home like practicing in the mirror, saying your words?
Oh yeah. So like now, like with the stage plays, it's the same thing. Like right now, I'm going with our next stage play that I'm in with Lyrical Healing is Friday after next. So I'm Santa Robber. I've done it 2 years in a row. I got the lines memorized. So I don't even have to do them. Like I'm just gonna jump right up there and just be like, yeah, step up on the scene, Santa Claus. Steal me some keys, some wallets, get me some lighters. I don't have to memorize, it's in there. So I can concentrate on my body language and performing. And that's what was taught to me, and that's about the best advice I can give as far as that. Memorize the lines. And then you ain't gotta be thinking about them when you're on set. Now there's gonna be some times when you know you mess up, we're gonna be tripping out, you're gonna stumble, and you're gonna have some bloopers. But for the most part, you have your lines memorized, then that says to the producers and the directors, okay, you take this serious. Which means when they think about the next film or the next stage play, they're gonna think about people like you.
So when you on set, do ManDrizzle leave and the actor is just there? Because I done heard some actors say like when they playing a role, they leave and now they just this person that they're being.
When I get on stage, let's take it to one of the most phenomenal scenes I've seen in acting, The Dark Knight. When I get on stage, when I get into a movie, I'm not Keith Ledger no more. When that camera clicks on, I'm the Joker. When that camera clicks off, okay, I'm back to ManDrizzle, I'm back to ManDrizzle. But once it gets to that countdown, 3, where did they get a load of me? Okay, cut. How was that? What do y'all think? Do I need to redo it? Do I need to add more emphasis? So the camera cuts back on. So really, like I really go into character on it. Like even doing shows, it's something about that energy. It's something about like right here, like right now, I'm hyped because I love doing this. And it's like the butterflies, but it's not nervous butterflies. It's, oh man, we finna get it in again. Yeah. So it's a different type butterflies for me. And I'm gone. Pew. Then when it's done, okay, I'm back to me.
Is it anything about the entertainment industry that you learned as an actor where it's like, I ain't know this shit was like this before I got into it?
The secret societies, the P. Diddy stuff, is real. It really does happen.
What is real, Cuzn?
Oh, it's absolutely real. I've had 2 times in my life, I could be a multi-millionaire right now, but just being honest, if you learn and know about all the rituals that go inside that secret society that you got to do, you're gonna say no.
How you know that? How did you know like they was from the secret society? Like what stood out? Like,
well, when I was young, I didn't know anything about that.
No, I mean with you being the actor now, and you said you could have been a millionaire. Like,
oh no, this is when I was younger. Oh. And so I always translate back and let people know that this really happens. They got a habit of wanting to take advantage of people when they're young and don't know no better. And just being honest, it was offered to me 2 different times, and the one that I never forget was the first time because I was really young and I was hot-headed, and it was a power couple, and I got offered, and they said, you know, you got talent, but who don't got talent? So this is what we're offering to you. Get with us, and it's gonna go down. And so the husband was like, yeah, you know, you do this right now, get it in with my wife, and we're gonna, well, your wife is a dime. Yeah, absolutely. And he was
he
like,
wanted you to hit the wife.
But he wanted me to hit him too.
Oh,
So when that came out, I was like, who the fuck you talking to? Because, you know, I'm young. And I wasn't expecting this. And
How old you was?
I was
16, 17? Or younger?
I was 18.
18.
I was 18.
They tried to get you fresh grown up with that.
Yeah. And it was a label that was actually out on the West Coast at the time. They don't exist no more now. But I didn't know how to respond to it. I could respond the only way I could. You know, I was young and dumb. I was hot-headed. You know, I hadn't learned about how to be cool under pressure yet. So I snapped. But luckily, you know, you have a relationship with God, God will save you. And I thank my grandparents and my dad for pushing that to me. So all I kept hearing, just whisper, go, go. And I finally just, you know, I just left. But yeah, I know people that didn't, you know, and it's according to each person. You know, you can't say what you will or won't do when you're back against the wall and they offering multi-millions and a career that's gonna last forever, according to them. You know, that's how they get a lot of people. You know, they catch you when you paycheck to paycheck. And they talking about you ain't got to worry about that forever. And that's why all the people you see today just going back talking about it, that's how it happened. You know, and I actually I went the second time, I was in my 20s, and I went to an Eyes Wide Shut party. And
What's the Eyes Wide Shut?
P. Diddy party.
You don't see nothing going on when you leave here, that's what it is?
You don't see nothing, and you ain't seen nothing, and that's pretty much how it goes. But when I went in, you had the masquerade mask. When you came in, they took your stuff and like you had a ticket. So your phones, everything, whatever you had is over there. So like they really didn't play that because they're like, you're not gonna record us on the sneak trip. And so it was a mansion, and each room you went to had different stuff going on. And I literally, first room I walked in, none but dudes. First room I walked in, first room I walked out of. I'm good. And it stained my brain.
What, they tell you to go to each door and see what's going on?
No, you go in and it's just like, have at it. And so I was invited, you know, not knowing that was gonna be the first thing I was gonna see. And when I walked into their room, it's like my brain has been stained. The rest of I'm 51 now. My brain is still stained like it just happened yesterday. You know, you don't be expecting to walk into that. And the reason they had masks is because, like they explained to me, there were all kind of people there. There were dignitaries. There were people in government. There's people in corporate world. There's people, you know, running LLCs and entertainment businesses. So the masks were on, you know, to cover up. But it was a free for all, like literally, like, you know, walking in and going into and opening the door, you know, people frolicking right there. You know, you see men and they rubbing and, you know, and you're like, cool, all right, this gonna be all right. But then I opened that first door and I honestly understand what Denzel Washington meant when he said, he saw it and he walked right back out and he's like, I never went to another P. Diddy party again. And I feel his pain. And people always say like, man, you could be a multi-millionaire by now. I said, yeah, my butthole could be blown out right now. And, and you know, just being real.
Because it ain't selling his soul.
No, and then people today, a lot of these actors and entertainers are severe drug addicts because
everything they got to do.
Everything that they've been through. And then they're stuck in these groups. And you got to abide by and do whatever they say. Because you part of this group. And you don't want to be the next accidental death. So I think God, I ain't
you
never
don't want to
joined.
be in the bathtub overdosing.
Right, and then
going crazy.
And your daughter too. Right.
What would you say makes an actor a great actor? Like the people that you name, what do you think it is about them that made them so great?
Man, let's go to Chadwick Boseman. Is that his last name? Boseman? Chadwick? Black Panther?
Yeah.
Okay, let's run it down. This man was doing 3 movies at one time. He made the cast, he made the directors, he made his personal family. keep quiet. This man was stage 3 cancer, pushing these movies, taking chemo, going back to the movie set. He never made an excuse. He was on point. He had his lines down. He worked it. He jumped it off. To me, you can't get no more better than that. That's dedication. He went back like before he really got on, and he talked about an episode of Law and Order he was on, and they wanted him to be a dope fiend. And he said to them, like, why I got to be a dope fiend? Why every black person got to be something negative that continues that layout that all we are is thugs and hoes and drug addicts. And because of that, they kicked him off, and that episode never came out. But look at who he is today. Rest in peace. Look at who he is today, though. Because he stood behind what he believed in. So that's where I'm at with it. Stand behind what you believe in, push. You go on these sets, dedicate. You work hard even if you're the main character, like you just an extra. You work hard and you show your perseverance, and it's gonna work out for you. Next thing you know, you Denzel Washington producing movies instead of being in the movies.
Hey Cuzns, it's your girl Goddess7, and listen, this commercial break is actually sponsored by me. Y'all make sure y'all go to Amazon and get this manifestation journal, 369 21-day manifestation journal. I'm gonna help you manifest all of your dreams, everything that you're inspiring. I'm gonna help you get there. I'm gonna guide you in this journal. Make sure y'all go check out Amazon Prime. The link is in the description. Go get your journal. Okay, so you also into podcasting. How did you tap into that lane, the podcast lane?
Oh, wow. So, again, back in the day, everything I do now, I realize this is my love, this is what I want to do. That's why I came back to it. You know, you go through life and you say you're doing this and that, you're running different areas of life, different areas of business, you know, street business, legal business, and it just brought me back to this. So 99, 2000, Access Cable 21, I got invited to be on, it was G. Caraway. And she had a actual video show back then, Video Lockdown. Just so happens she was actually a sheriff. And we met because I was in the county jail. And that's how we met. And she just told me that, you know, your charisma, I really dig it. And I don't have a permanent or nobody good podcaster. That, well, not back then, but a good interviewer. And so, you know, before it was called podcasting, interviews. And that started my road to getting into this. So I met people when they were first starting back then. I met Genuine and Timberland. Remember when Eastland Mall was still open? We did a podcast in Tracks, downstairs where Tracks record store used to be. And that's where I met them, and we did a podcast. Then I met, what's her name? Keisha, DMX's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, from Belly?
Yeah. Well, she actually dropped the album, too. So I got to do an interview with her at the airport. And we talked about Bronx Tale, because remember she was in Bronx Tale. That's the truth. I love that movie. And then Belly. And then she did one album. She had a song with Missy. It was something like, ooh, ooh, baby, something. And I got to interview her. So this was my walkthrough. And like, they didn't have me with a script or anything. So I just came up with it on my own. And I met groups that don't exist no more. There were some dudes called the Graveyard Shift from Florida, singing group 4.0. Interviewed them, and then the next day interviewed Jagged Edge. Their first song was out. And we interviewed them at, what was that used to be on North Tryon? So Willie's Records and Tapes. Okay. So we interviewed them there. And so I met a lot of people when they first came out. And I remember, like, I hope I can go through, now that we're talking about this, I hope I can go online and pull it up and find it. But I remember the twins and Jagged Edge was like, man, when it was over, and we had some bloopers, and like, man, we were sipping and drinking. They were like, you know, because I had the cornrows, like, you know, you look like our boss, Tipsy. And I just remember because we laughed so hard. But it was nice meeting all these people back then and now seeing them and where their careers flourished to. Mm-hmm. So what happened back then was that's when I after about a year, I was like, after about 6 months actually, I was like, people get paid for doing this. So like, I've been getting y'all some good footage, and this was right after we interviewed Queen Pen, and she had just dropped the track with No Diggity with Blackstreet and Dr. Dre.
Okay.
And so our interview was deep. That's when it made me focus on personal life. Because she went into one of her tracks on her album that was about, she fell in love, she tried being bisexual, and it didn't work. She got played, and it really hurt her because she was like, I came over and left messing with men to be with women, and I expected you to do me right. I expect you to do me dirty. Mm-hmm. And so it was a deep interview. And after that one, people, kind of started getting in my ear, and they were like, you're not getting paid for this? And again, I'm young. I don't know nothing about all that. Mm-hmm. I just know I'm looking like TLC.
Just like what you doing.
I'm a star, and I'm a hood star. But then I started talking to people, and then they started talking to my family, and me and my family got to talking about it, and that's when we bumped heads, and I left because I was kind of like, you're not gonna pay me for this, and they was like, well, under contract, you would be another 30 days in training before. And I'm like, well, we're not under a new contract, so I'm gonna need to get paid. Mm-hmm. And I left. And this is when I realized, like, what I was really worth. She tried 3 different people after me. That show did not last another 2.5 months.
Police love trying to get over.
And I tried to get in touch with her after that and like get the reels and whatnot, because back then it wasn't on the internet everywhere. And I never did get her to give them to me. I was like, I'll pay for them.
What you went to jail for?
Back in the day?
Yeah. When you met the sheriff?
I got caught. Well, no, back then that was actually a dope charge then. Yeah, and I played it out. I said, I wasn't selling dope. I smoked marijuana. I had an ounce on it. And so I just played out, just giving people free game. I went on here, took the drug class. So you're not gonna give me a drug charge as a dope dealer.
Let me take this drug class.
Yeah, let me take this drug
10
class.
steps. Was it 10 steps there?
Yep. What? $300, I think it was.
Is it 12 steps or 10 steps? It's one of those steps.
It was 12.
12 steps.
It was 12, yeah. I had to go down there. Where is it at? Off of
I don't know.
Right there on the corner. I think it's Rossell's Ferry, like almost at Rossell's Ferry and South Boulevard. Had to go down there to that one. It's still there now. I can't think of the name of it. It's something detox.
Tell the Cuzns what your platforms are about and some of the things y'all talk about on there. Okay.
Well, I really talk about everything. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got some points that I make that I call them ManDrizzle mentals. And what it is I may see something that you put out and it makes a lot of sense. Like, you wanna go to the other side, you might want to check first and make sure the grass is green. You might get over there and it be turf. And you can't come back once you go over there. Mm-hmm. ManDrizzle mentals and post that thing. So it's mostly about giving you encouragement. Or if I went through something, giving you an opportunity to know and say, hey, you don't want to do that. Let me tell you, like for instance, going to prison, in our music, and it's planned by the system that's laid out right now. Most of our music glorifies going to prison. So I got a couple of ManDrizzle mentals where I just come real with it and be like, all right, this is the game, this is what you're doing, this is the business you're in. Let me tell you what to prepare for when you go to prison. No, every night going to sleep and waking up with your chick. No, saying goodnight to your kids and waking up to them. What you want to eat this morning? You want to, it's November, it's almost Thanksgiving.
You gonna eat what's on this tray.
You gonna eat what's on that tray, which is gonna be something that ain't good. No getting up when you feel like it and leaving when you feel like it. There will be somebody who most likely has less education than you telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. There is no Versace and Polo and no, there's none of that in there. There's no putting on, well, you will have shoes, but then, you know, you buy some name brand shoes, you better be connected or get ready to fight.
That's in prison. They buy name brand shoes. They don't buy that in jail, do they?
Oh yeah. Well, you come in with them. You know, you might come in with them. Then, like the canteen, they sell stuff, but it be high priced. Like for instance, you go in there and get some Cheetos. And one little snack bag of 50-cent Cheetos might run you $2 in there. So this is what I'm saying. Get ready for this stuff they don't tell you about. Missing all your family's functions, missing the birthdays, missing the holidays. I got some people right now that I actually was just talking to today. You know, in here they do the holiday sweep. They come through the blocks. They done been building cases on you. And I had one I was talking with today, man. He was like, man, I thought I was gonna at least be out for Christmas. They swept me before Thanksgiving.
Won't eat that turkey this year.
Won't eat that turkey this year. So as you know, I like to alert people ahead of time, man. Be prepared. Know your business. If you're gonna be out here in these streets, know the business. Don't wait till you get locked up to decide to study the general statutes and the laws, and then you don't even know what they talking about when you in court. And it sounds like Chinese arithmetic because you didn't study your business.
What's been your most memorable interview experience? Like when you started over as a podcast.
Now?
Yeah, now.
Oh my God. Wow, there's so many. Okay, on the one I do on Access Cable with Antoine Lamar, It's the Bottom Line. The one that really got me was Doc, I'm gonna have to say Doc Hollywood. This is a woman, she's a doctor. We first met on the set of, it's a show that comes on YouTube through Ty Durden, North Cat.
Okay.
And so we met on different sets, like we didn't get to actually meet up, but we saw each other, and then we got to talk about it on there. But what I like about her is she also works in the medical field. She's really like a doc. And then she has her own podcast and show. It's a women's biker group. And so
she in the biker club. Yeah, they got a doctor in the biker club.
She getting it. And it was just like,
what kind of doctor is she?
Amazing to me. She's into therapy, mental health.
Okay.
And it just really blew my mind because I was like, you can really do this. And we connected because, you know, my job, I'm actually a licensed and certified North Carolina peer support specialist. And now I'm actually a community service team specialist, which means we deal with clients in the community. They may have issues finding food, like they may have just got their EBT cut off, they got children. We're trying to find them, get them to food banks, give them resources to get the mental health, get that therapy they need. They may be trying to come off drugs, so you know we want to get them to rehabilitation. So I really enjoy what I do, being able to be there for people because I once was that person that needed help.
What's something that you don't like guests to do when they come on the interview? Like, I do not like when guests do this.
Don't be a dickhead. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Don't come on here like you high almighty and this is just some low budget podcast that you got to do because you need publicity. I don't care if you Akon or if this is your first time ever coming on a podcast or getting any publicity. Treat people with the respect that you want to be treated with. Because guess what? You go up that ladder, but eventually you got to come down. And what you don't want to do when you coming down is have to pass people that can help you get back up where you was. And they look and say, you remember such and such? Because there's a lot of artists today that mainstream artists and artists that have fell off.
And now they got to come back to the regular podcasters.
And
we've been trying to get you on, reach out to you. You ain't showed the city no love.
No love. And now it's like, hey y'all, and it's like,
Because one thing about it, media, when it comes to media and music, media is always going to last longer.
Always.
You see a lot of artists, they come out with a few hits, and then they fall back down.
And like, especially today, speaking on hip hop, do you know in the Billboard, there's nobody that has been top 10 this year? No rap artist has been top 10, period. Not just out of Charlotte, but period.
Why you think that is?
People tired.
We want to hear some real shit.
Yeah,
Tell us the realness.
Yeah, don't do what the industry's telling you to do. And that's actually like why people like me and my music is being heard now, because people are like, we want some substance. Yeah, you talk that gangster shit, but there's more to it. T.I. gave a perfect example. When he made the Trap Museum and then he made the last album he made, he was like, yeah, I trap, but there's more to life than trapping. I got kids. Each kid I got is different. So I got to deal with them different than I deal with King different than I deal with Messiah. I got to raise them. Yeah, y'all see me and my wife's marriages all over the place and whatnot, but guess what? I'm married. So now she's been doing her thing, I've been doing my thing. We got to bring this back together. So we got to work on that. Okay, we doing business now. I'm not in the streets no more. I'm not a D-boy no more. I can rap to you about stuff that I've done, but now I'm a movie producer, not just an actor.
I use big words now.
Right.
I use dictionary words.
You know, when I come to explicify my situations and the way and the intellect on how things are going now, you know, when I'm doing business, I have to deal with the intellect of the people that are in the corporate world as opposed to the people, you know, you're not common because you're in the street, but I used to be one of them common individuals. You know, he changed his whole layout because he's different now.
Yep.
But at the same time, still got love for the street. You know, Hustle Gang. Hustle Gang is nothing but people that he brought out from the street. Every single person and showed them how to become corporate and run your own business. Now, this is yours. Make it last or fall off. Speaking of, let's talk about North Carolina. J. Cole, Dreamville. Everybody on his label eats. So it's not like being on somebody's label and you're like, hey man, when you gonna drop another single so we can get some money? No. Here, I'm gonna show you, Earth Gang. This is y'all style. Y'all are different than my style. This is how you do your business in the music. This is how you go and you get on podcasts. You go and you get on live mic. You go and this is you doing your BMI, your ASCAP, your SEAC, whoever you signed under. And this is how you get money, even when the money is not flowing yet for your singles. You know, he taught everybody. This is how you do it. Ari Lennox, whew, blew up like napalm. I don't know if she's still with Dreamville right now, but she started with Dreamville. That's who got her put on. Picked her up from IG. I don't know if anybody really watched her when she first came out, but she used to be on IG. She drinking that Taylor Port, and she would go in, but she was playing her music while she was on there going in. That's what got her picked up. Look at her now. So you want to push and you want to make a difference, but you want to grow. You should definitely be growing. What you did last year as far as connections and network and money should be different this year. It shouldn't be the same or decreasing. If it is, you need to look at what you're not doing right and fix it.
Okay, so a lot of people want to get in podcasting now, Cuzn. Do you think that it's a niche? Like, do you think you should have a niche when you get into podcasting? Right
now, okay, you got Cuzn Tees. You got So Elaborate Rebooted. You got I'm on the Access 21 with Lamar. It's the Bottom Line. Okay, you got my dude DJ Sean Money. He does nothing but sports. The Truth Hurts. Okay. So if you coming in, you got all these podcasts that already do sports, already do what we do, entertainment, talking and whatnot. You gotta have something that sticks out, something that makes a difference in your podcast. What is your niche? Like me and you, we got that niche that we keep it professional, but fool, we down to earth. So you know, we gonna have the scripts, this is what we going by, but we gonna have a nice, down-to-earth conversation that people can really understand and get into. Your niche is whatever your niche, you got to have a niche today. And you need to go on Google Gemini, GPT chat. You need to go in there and, hey, give me a business model canvas on how to really do my own podcast. And you need to tailor it pertaining to what you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it. Because if you come out here, look, we already set. And then we finna be doing our subscriptions and getting stuff on YouTube, Spotify. I gotta get my YouTube back going right. I'm on Spotify, podcast, Apple, da. You need to study. So that's the only thing I can tell you. Study the game, study the people that's out here now, and look at how you wanna do it, and mix that to work for you.
Okay. If you had to put a podcast tour together and you could pick 3 mainstream people to bring on this podcast, like a panel, who you bringing and why?
Joe Rogan gonna be one, because he been doing it for decades. And he got in on it before it became a trend.
He one of the highest paid podcasts.
And that's exactly why, because I can get under him and learn. If I'm gonna bring you on, either we neck and neck, but we can coexist and help each other. Or, see, this is what goes down when you're at Cuzn T's. You never know what's gonna happen in the background. When you're at Cuzn T's podcast. Bada boom, bada bing. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You just never know. And that's what I'm talking about. See, we able to just keep it moving and going and keep it professional. And that's what you got to be able to do. You gotta be able to hit it. Like Joe Rogan, though, I pick him because, like, we could learn from him. Man, how did you get to that? This industry makes $1 billion. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry right now. How do we get to that $1 billion? How do we get to that $1 million? You know, you can tell me how. That's why I would definitely fuck with Joe Rogan.
2 more.
2 more. And see, the one I would pick, he just don't got shut down because he was doing too. Absolutely.
I love me Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
I love the way he guests just open up to him and
like
just
Barbara
tell
Walters.
them his whole life.
Yeah, they just open book. And you see, he didn't have to make people open up. He didn't have to poke.
He just was himself.
Half the time he didn't even get to the questions he was gonna ask, but they just open up. Cat Williams just and that's the podcast that really made and broke his podcast. And that's just what it is. But it's the actions that he did, and this is another part of it. When you're in the spotlight, you're always being watched. You know, you'll be amazed at what I deal with and go through just being hood famous. And you never know who's gonna pick up on your page. I've actually looked in and I tapped in and found out it was really real. David Banner podcast, thank you. That's who got me last year, and it just made me say, I'm gonna keep going. Cause I was at a point I was like, man, it ain't gonna go nowhere. And he hit me, and it was on some social media stuff, cause he saw me at the Earn Your Wings tour, which is a nonprofit, Sunshine Brown. And it's a nonprofit tour that's going around the United States. And he picked up on it and he chimed in. At first I didn't think it was him, then I got an email from him. And I read the email. And I said, well, let me just click on the actual email. Clear as day, him with the salt and pepper, and looking like the, what was that show is on, looking like he fresh off a Greenleaf episode. And I was like, man, this is really David Banner. And kid you not, every now and then, I get a little thumbs up on one of my IG posts. But, like, I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you and say I got a relationship and we just kick it all the time.
Yeah, but that thumbs up still make you feel good.
Sure
he like my shit.
Yeah, another one that hits me from time to time, and he just thumbs up. But he clicked me into his page and he said, you're gonna have to come to my next show, bro, because we gotta chop it up. Afron Crockett.
Okay.
Like, you know, he really been getting it forever. The actor. My favorite one that he's done is always gonna be Soul Man, with Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac. He was the one on there that was dating the girl and was beating her up, and he was like he kept trying to kill Bernie Mac. We never couldn't kill him, so then he was in there with a whole body trying to, whole body cast trying to shoot him. He's like, why you won't die, old nigga? So you get these accolades from people and it's just like, wow. So again, you never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention to you. So believe in yourself and believe in your craft and keep it pushing. You give me one, because I really don't know who I would go for the third one. Who would you pick? Like mainstream podcasts. If you had to pick a third one for me, who would you pick?
Ooh.
Yeah, put the spotlight. Put it on you.
I like the dude from Atlanta, Big Banks. You know Big Banks?
Oh, I forgot. Oh my God,
like
I
Big
never
Banks.
forget about Big Banks.
Because Big Banks have them opening up too.
Ooh, how did I forget
he's
Big Banks?
Definitely non-biased. I like Kiki too, the actor.
Yeah.
Cause she don't care.
Yeah.
She just herself organically.
I like about that. She doesn't care about the background. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. No matter if you're black or white. No matter if you're straight or gay, man or woman. You finna get this business when you come on my show. And that's what I like about she be shooting. But it's all the way across the board.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely
I like the
love
white
Kiki.
boy too. I can't think of his name, and he got the little mullet. He had the mullet haircut. He done
You used to
interviewed
play
a lot
football?
of people.
Or you talking about the
He from Louisiana. Theo Von.
Yeah. Dang, he do go hard in the paint. Yeah, but I ain't never seen them flip out on his show. Now I'm gonna tell you one. I got one, because I do watch them a lot. 85 South Show podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that podcast is different from the actual show. Their podcast goes in, and the stuff that I've seen on there, and the people that's been on there, and the way they opened up. Yeah, like if I had a 3-man panel, I'd definitely do it like that. So yeah, 85.
But
South
sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I be feeling like I love the big people and shit, but goddamn, leave us the podcast lane. Y'all ain't gotta jump into everything.
Everybody gets big. That's the first thing they do. Boom, next thing you know, podcast. I'm like, did I just lose another 1 billion viewers? Now what I got to do? How am I get in this?
Right. Stay over there where y'all at.
So that's why I focus on. I don't focus on mainstream.
Yep.
I focus on the underground. It's a lot of artists. It's a lot of actors. It's a lot of entertainers.
Right.
It's a lot of nonprofit. It's a lot of people coming out pushing food trucks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Twisted Chicken. They're trying to get on. And these big timers don't pay them no attention.
They don't. They only have celebrities. And that's another thing I don't like too. I don't like the local, I ain't gonna say I don't like them, but I don't like when like local podcasters like you so celebrity-ish. You only want to interview celebrities. What about the regular motherfuckers who still got shit popping?
And that's what I don't like. That I actually sent it out. And you know, I don't shoot nobody on live camera unless I don't shot them already behind the scenes. So I shot, it was a nice message. I shot the Queen City Awards last night. And I was like, you know, it's amazing. If I watched the past 3 years, everybody that you don't had on there that's won an award, either I have interviewed them or I'm in their show or I'm in their movie. And so that's what I'm shooting at now. Like, why is it that our local stuff is not being seen? Why isn't Cuzn T's on there? Why ain't I on there? Why ain't It's the Bottom Line on there? You see what I'm saying? Why ain't you got a lot of artists out here right now. Why you ain't had Portia the Poet?
Oh yeah, I had one on there one time, since we talking about the Queen City Awards. One year, I think it was last year, and I was looking at all the people they had in the podcast link. Some of them people ain't put out videos in months. They ain't even working hard like that.
And I felt like, in the message I sent last night, I kind of intuned it to that. I'm saying, y'all acting like the Emmy Awards. Y'all just gonna keep picking the same people. Like Charlotte doesn't have millions of people moving here every year now. And what about the people that's putting in work out here I ain't never seen on there? What about DJ Chaz Diddy? What about him? What about DJ Short Dog? What about these people that's behind the scenes DJing and doing stuff all the time? Why we haven't seen them on there? Everybody you had on there, I don't interviewed or been in a movie or show with. Why you ain't seen the ManDrizzle on there? You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't seen, I get the name of artists. Why you ain't seen BK the Realist? BK the Realist was a Spark. Why you ain't seen Trey Rose? Trey Rose does Spark Fest every year. Just did one in Noda. Why he's not on there? And this is the stuff that I shoot at when I see stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's when you open up your creative mind and say, let's all of us get together and we'll create our own award show. Not against them, but to say, hey, since you seem like you got a lot of problems getting to all these people, then we're going to create an award show to help y'all.
And then there was one award show, they had a whole bunch of Atlanta people on there. Why you got me competing with people? Now, Atlanta is our cousins. We love Atlanta. They right down the street. That's our neighboring city.
Right.
But
if you go to Atlanta,
they ain't gonna
it's
have
not
none
going to
of
be
us.
a whole show of awards for the Queen City.
Yeah, they gonna have all Atlanta people, and that's what we got to start doing. It need to be all Carolina people.
And that's what I mean when I say, who's the people on these boards? Are they born and raised? Are they from Charlotte? Do they know the layout? Do they know the old Piedmont
Or you just
courts?
trying to get clout?
Right. Do they know the new Piedmont courts? Do you have history on the old Piedmont courts? Were you around when Trade Winds and Skate Palace was here? Can we get somebody to bring back those rings when we used to stop and at 10 o'clock the skates came off and the DJ went in and we was in there dancing? You know what I'm saying? Who do we have on these boards that is from Charlotte that's going to represent Charlotte and gives a damn about Charlotte?
Well, I ain't from Charlotte, but shit, I love Charlotte.
But you push for Charlotte.
Yeah, I love Charlotte.
That's what I'm saying.
Charlotte. I love the blackness of Charlotte. I love the fact that it's named after a black person.
And a lot of people don't know that. You know, a lot of people, I had to steer them to, I don't know if y'all know the name of the movie. It was on Netflix. But it talks about Charlotte.
Oh yeah, that show everybody was watching.
The show, I can't think of the name
It come on every year. I forgot what that show called.
Me too. It's Newport or something like that. I can't think of it. It's something like that. But it was about the Queen of Charlotte. And
Dang,
Charlotte was
called?
gave to her. A lot of people don't know this background because they don't study.
It's real popular though, whatever that show called. I forgot, but I love that show.
To save my life.
They don't come out if they came out back to back to back, I remember the name.
Yep.
They don't come out back to back, but it's a good show.
And that's what I'm saying. People don't know the history of this. We had a Black Wall Street in Charlotte. We had one in Winston-Salem, Greensboro, Winston-Salem. And nobody knows about it because when you change the name of the street, then when people look up the history on this street, they don't know because that street doesn't come up anymore. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know that, man, you're prominent. Not what you're learning today that, oh, man, it just ain't no future for us. We just go ahead and die. No, that's not your future.
So, cousin, you said people would think they stunting on you whole time you ain't even watching. They be thinking they stunting on you, cousin.
I should have known you were going to bring that back up. Oh, say it for me one more time.
People would think they stunting on you whole time you ain't even watching.
That is a ManDrizzle Mentals, what I was talking about earlier. So, who was it that sent that to me? I think it was Facebook. I want to say.
It was on Facebook.
I seen it, and I just said, ManDrizzle Mentals, and put it up there, and I put some music behind it, and I sent it to all the social media. And what I'm getting from what they sent, what it means is people are just, they'll get their ass on their shoulders because they feel like you think you like this now, or because you can do something for somebody, and I just went through this twice this year. You can be there for them forever, and one time, you don't do something, whether it's because you can't do it or because you like, no, you need to get on your own 2 feet and learn how to do stuff yourself. And because that 1 or 2 times you don't do that, then it's, oh, that's how you feel? That's what you're doing? And then you come realize that they backstabbing and talking about you behind your back, and when it get back to you, you be like, I didn't know you felt like that, man. I've been busy working. I ain't thought about you.
Somebody told me, tell a person no and you will see if they really fuck with you.
Amen. I literally just fell out with a friend today because I told them, no, get it yourself. I got to invest in me. I got to invest in It's Me LLC. I got to do for me.
Right.
I got to do for people who are doing for me. I got to work with people who are like-minded trying to get it like me. You sit, you don't work as much as you could. And you can't build your LLC when you only work enough to pay your bills and get high. So
it ain't gonna work out.
It ain't gonna work out.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Goddess 7, and this episode is sponsored by a couple different sponsors. So y'all already know I had to shout them all out. First of all, y'all, I gotta shout out Robinson Hustle 8, cause guess what? They branding us over here. Y'all see these cute little glasses that I be drinking out of? Hold on, let me take a sip. Y'all see this? Y'all see this right here? Y'all see this cute little liquor ice bucket, whatever you want to call it? They made all of that. So if you're looking for some custom shit, make sure y'all go shop with Robinson Hustle 8. They customizing all your needs. I can't forget about Q3 Designs and Things. They're also a sponsor of Cuzns Tea Podcast, and they're a branding company for us. They made us these cute little shirts, y'all. Y'all like this shit? Y'all see this? Look, you need some custom shit for your business, go shop with Q3 Designs and Things, because they're going to get y'all right. They're going to get y'all everything that y'all need. I also cannot forget about Gemini Hookah, because they keep me smoking good on every motherfucking episode, y'all. Y'all see this hookah? They sponsored that for us. They did some other sponsorship, but most importantly, y'all, they got them hookahs, and y'all know I love hookahs. Look, y'all, hold on. See that cloud? See how that smoke just come out real thick, real cute or whatever? You could be smoking like that too, y'all. Go shop with Gemini Hookah. They got these ice packs. They got these portable hookah tips. You can take this thing anywhere with you. And they got hookah candles, y'all. They got different shisha flavors. They can make you anything you want. So make sure y'all go shop with Gemini Hookah, y'all. Go get y'all hookah. Until next time, cousins. Bye. All right, cousin. You also said, I am protected at all times by the light and power that is within me. I walk in harmony with the universe. Nothing in the universe can harm me. Can you talk to the cousins about some of the things that you do to stay aligned with the universe?
You got to have a personal relationship off the gate. The path you follow is the path you follow. You know, I go with Yahweh, Yahshua, your Holy Spirit. And it's just things that happen in my life that...
You Yahweh? Okay.
And they lined up. They've been there. They've answered things that happen in my life that don't make no sense. You can't explain. They just fell right for me. And this is like, I know it wasn't me. I can't take the glory for this.
Did you grow up in Yahweh?
I grew up Father, Son, Holy Spirit, you know. So I learned, you know, once I got to really studying and finding out, then learn about the white Renaissance era and how white Jesus came about and whatnot. So I learned because I took up theology. So I got an associate's degree in theology. And I got to read some of the missing books like Enoch, Maccabees 1, 2, 3, you know, stuff that's not in the Bible. And it's just like, wow, this stuff makes a whole lot of sense. These are the missing powers to show you how to align yourself. You know, you speak with your ancestors, you know, they went before us. Meditation, you know, breathing. The earth out here, this is all for us. I didn't hug a tree until, I always thought that was weird and lame until I actually meditated and hugged a tree. And it was like the energy that came, I can't explain it. It was just like, you can, and
hugging the tree, recharge it.
Yeah, and like it really does.
Your cells.
Absolutely. Eating right, you know, actually taking time to give a damn about somebody else other than yourself. You know, all that aligns and it makes a difference in your life. You know, I tell people all the time, I live by, because everything that I've overcome. Hebrews 11:1, faith is some things, hope for the evidence of things unseen. You got to believe to receive before it's going to happen. Even when you're working in, like, say, the podcast, I manifest it. I write that down, Habakkuk 2:4. This is going to happen because I put my energy, time, and faith behind it. And then moving. And no matter what's going on, you got to stay focused like a horse with them blinders on what you're doing and make it happen. And as long as you have that faith and believe and stand strong, it's going to jump off for you. But only you can make it jump off. That's the other part. So if you ain't doing what you need to do to make it happen, it's not going to happen.
What's something that stood out about Yahweh that made you say, I'm about to go this way?
The strength in the letters. Like, it's Old Testament. Everything we got today, everything gets transcribed to go to, wherever you live, Eastern, Western Hemisphere, whatever. But the way it was laid out and then studying, and everything just lined up for me that this is it right here. What would I call, like, for instance, if somebody calls me by my nickname, family nickname, Trey, because I'm the third generation, oh, that's somebody that knows me. Who is that? But, like, you call me by ManDrizzle, I didn't start going by my first name until I was older, because it was like, that's ManDrizzle, yeah, check me out. So you call me by that name, I look at it like, okay, that's somebody who's known me within the past 10, 20 years. But if you say Trey, it gets my full attention. Who was that just calling me? That's somebody Old Testament. I feel like it's the same way there. You call by the original and old names. It's given that respect. I feel like you say, and walk it how you want to walk it. You could just say God. Because, that's the name God.
Yeah.
But like I just said with me, if you call me by Trey, I have a different mindset and look when I turn around. When you call me by my names today, ManDrizzle or whatever, okay, that's some entertainment, cool. All right, respect, what's going on? But when you call me by the nicknames from my childhood, oh, that's somebody that knows me. What's happening? I got to see who this is. You call me ManDrizzle, I might be running late or something, be on the move. I might keep going. Hey, here's my card. Call me, I gotta go. But you call me Trey. What's going on? How can I help you?
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Okay, cousin, you also said y'all better watch out for conniving chicks like this one's. By the way, ask her real name, what her real name is, because the one on this post is not her real name. And her name was Sonya on the post.
Yeah.
What did Sonya do, cousin?
That was somebody that I knew, and just telling the truth, like, she just lied for 5 months. And me, I got discernment. I was just too busy to care. But then I said, let me focus in on this, because I'm getting that tap. And when I get that tap, I pay attention, because last time I got that tap and didn't pay attention, I learned quick. When spiritual realm say, hey, they need to go. Get them out your life.
Yeah.
Or, we can take them out, but that's going to be some trial and tribulations that you got to go through because you chose to go this route instead of listen to us when we said, get them gone.
Out.
Yeah, you don't see what we see. So that's a whole different identity like you brought out. I was like, I would have never found you on Facebook because you're under a whole different name. And so some things going on there, and then it's like, we supposed to be kicking it, but then you got stuff on there like, if you single and you don't have a twin, I'm single. Then what am I dating you for? And it caught up with her. And so I just said it to everybody, like, hey, you better do a checkup on your people, make sure that thermostat's still right. And like, you ever meet somebody and meet their representative? Because you realize later on when you meet the real them, you met their representative. That part.
Okay, what about your fur baby Prince? What made you want to get a cat?
When you come on the podcast, be ready, because the questions just come out of left field that you wasn't even expecting. Oh, man. I used to babysit. There was this very dysfunctional couple. And one day, when they came over and they were arguing, and I was like, look, y'all can't come in and chill. Y'all got to go. And this cat was sitting in the back window like this, looking like, somebody please save me, scared to death. And you know they in there probably arguing and fighting in the car. The cat was scared to death, you could see it. And I said, can I get the cat? And it was like, Prince? I was like, yeah. Because that cat
scared.
that cat was shell shocked. Look, I reached in there and grabbed, that mug clunked onto me like a damn sticky ball. He just, like, and that lets you know when the animals come up on you and they just be like, and you just meeting them and they just like, yes. That lets you know that they know, oh yes, they got good aura, they got good intentions too. And I don't even like cats. I was just, that's my dude. That's my little dude. And I wish they had let me keep him. But what really did it was, there was actually one reel I got with him where I'm talking out loud and I say, you know what? When you talk out loud, remember, God hears your words. Yeah, be careful what you say, especially when you connect it. I said, I sure could take a good full body massage right now by some, by some kitty cat. And I pointed down, this mug just climbed up out of nowhere and he started massaging my forearm. I thought that thing was so hilarious because I was like, I just said I'm trying to get a massage for some kitty cat. This ain't the kitty cat I was talking about. But we got like that. So that was my little buddy for the time period I had him.
You think you'll get another cat?
I don't know. I got a rescue dog now. Coco.
What kind of dog is Coco?
She's a Labrador and boxer.
Okay, Coco.
Boy, she don't sit still. But that's my girl. And a girl dog at that. That's my girl there.
What can the Cuzns expect from ManDrizzle 2026?
Ooh-wee. More action, more music, more movies. This is something I want to bring out to y'all. Don't have to wait to become big to start trying to do what you're really trying to do. So I'm working on directing this year. I want to get one movie out this year, and I named it ironically from what I do for real, The Peer Supporter. But it's going to be an action horror. So the concept behind it, I actually have 2 anime play reels that I got out right now, like for the first 2 scenes. But I'm gonna actually do a real life version too. So there's a character. He got caught up. He used to be in the streets, but he had a good heart. He got set up, of course. But the dude he got set up by, this mug is like corporate. We talk like pharmaceuticals corporate, not street corporate. So he doesn't die. He kind of gets caught in the afterworld, but he's stuck in between there in the actual physical realm. So when somebody's being wronged, raped, bullied, taken fast, or anything of that nature, he just shows back up. Like that's his calling until he can get over to the real after,
Okay.
until he can get into the real afterlife world completely. Anytime somebody's going through something in Charlotte, he gets summoned. So that's the basis of it. I ain't gonna get the rest of it right now, but that's the basis of the movie. And I named it The Peer Supporter.
Okay, tell them about what you do when it comes to peer support.
Well, like I said when we touched on it a little bit earlier, I work in the community. I really be there for people. There's a thing where I've seen people lean on people for a crutch. I'm not that dude. I'm here to help you get back whole, 100%, or as close as possible as we can get it. So helping you find jobs, going on your behalf if I have to let the job know, hey, this person got a background, whatever, But as their peer support, licensed and certified, I'm telling you that I move on their behalf. I represent them. Give them a chance. Like I've literally done that. There's a girl right now, she's been working 3 months. And I love being there for people the way that I want it. If I had known about peer support several years ago. And, you know, getting them with mental health, you know, we talking, chit chat, chop it up, they vent, it's still deeper. I'm gonna hit the office, hey, we need one, need to see therapist ASAP. You know, if they tell me I need to see therapist, we going. You know, then it's this other side of things, you know, clothes, helping them connect, like if you got parents and kids, children they haven't had a good relationship. So it entails a lot, but I love it.
Okay. Okay, what's one thing that you want the world to know about you?
One thing you need the world to know about me. No. Honestly, I'm an open book, you know. Dolph, he said it best. What you see is what you get. And
shout out to Young Dolph. I love that man music.
I know, boy. I still pump it. If you don't, this is something that I learned from my grandparents and from the OGs and Mac Mamas back in the day, and I live by this really today now. If you don't want the truth, don't ask me. That's something you want to know who Drizzle is. If you don't want the truth, don't ask me. If you ain't really serious about trying to get your life together, don't ask me. If you ain't serious about the industry, don't ask me. If you ain't serious about how do I get things back right with my family, don't ask me. I'm working on that now myself because there's never a moment where you can't better your relationships. But if you don't want the truth,
don't ask me.
Don't ask me.
Okay, cousin, this is going to be the last question of the night. You know they got the thing going on with the food stamps. Now they say if you want food stamps, you're going to have to put your baby daddy name on these papers. When the baby is born within 6 months, and for people who have already been on food stamps, you got to reapply and go back and put the father's information, or they're not going to be assisting you.
Double-edged sword. One, our sisters a lot of them have been warped so much into thinking that this is what they got to do, that they literally grow up and live like this, like they are raised up from children like this, and this is how they really think, that hood mentality. And the crazy part about that is you could actually do better and do more if you were working, instead of just trying to hope for this check that they're gonna give you and get the EBT. Other side of this. If you ain't studied the background, I ain't gonna go too deep into it because you gotta just look it up. The actual government is against the family, the real family that needs to be together, the Black American family being together. And this has been something that started in the 80s with Reagan. And if you look it up, go back and ask, like when they come with this, all men need to ask, what am I paying child support for? It's funded by a federal loan. So no man should ever have to even pay child support. This has been a gimmick because nobody studies, like I said, the laws, the universal laws, the general statutes, the constitutions, and learn this stuff and find out. Like, I don't have any children, but I study because I got so many friends that do and be going through it. And I be wanting to have answers. So I like to learn. So this came to my attention. I had to look it up and see. So it's a double-edged sword. If you keep everybody blind, you're not focused on the fact that you should have been using EBT just long enough to get yourself together and get to where you're making so much or working 2 jobs or got connections that you don't have to do EBT. But y'all can get food banks. You look it up. You ain't never got to be registered doing EBT. Food banks is wide open right now because they know what's coming.
Put his name on there, he gonna be on child support.
He gonna be on child support. And the only way he gonna be able to fight that is to know the background information on how to prove that this is a loan that the federal government has already paid and I ain't got to pay a red cent.
Y'all better, I don't think none of them really know that. I don't think 80%, 90% of them don't know that.
They may have took it down, but it's a reel on Twitter going around about it right now. By now, I'm pretty sure they've taken it down.
Y'all better go do your research, Cuzns. ManDrizzle, let the Cuzns know where they can find you at.
They can find me at the ManDrizzle, DaManDrizzle, IG, TikTok, It's ManDrizzle if you're looking up music. You can find me everywhere. Just look it up, SoundCloud,
Put it in
Apple,
Google.
whatever. Google it. Yes, you'll find everything you want to find. All the movies, all the stage plays, all the music, all the reels where I'm just snapping out my mind. You'll find it all on there. Podcasts.
Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him. He got a lot going on. Make sure you go support. Make sure you go follow him. Make sure you go on Tubi. Watch them movies. If y'all can catch the play, make sure y'all go catch the plays that he gonna be in.
Yep.
I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in every week. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. New viewers, make sure you subscribe. Hit that ding button so I can keep bringing you this great content every week. Until next time, cousins. Bye.
What it is, what it ain't. It's your dude, ManDrizzle. As you see, I'm on Cuzn T's podcast. I told y'all thought I was playing. I told y'all I was gonna get on here. Look, incredible. Really no words to really describe it. You know, it was like, that's how you describe it. The feeling is so nice. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? They welcome you in. Drinks on deck. You see all my lunas was gone. You get an understanding of the script, how it's gonna go. But then we sit down and we just have a nice conversation, like the camera's not even on. And it's just like being at your Cuzn T's, kicking back, relaxing. You already know. So, thank y'all for having me. ManDrizzle on Cuzn T's podcast. Yeah.